Hello everyone! In today's video, I want to tell you about my experience couch surfing through Colombia. So I spent 10 weeks traveling through Colombia this summer, and pretty much the entire time I was couch surfing. So I will just post public trips saying I'm going to be here from these dates, and anyone who lives there can see the travelers and when they're going to be there. I don't post trips asking for a host. I just say, I'll be there on these dates, this is what I want to do. And I didn't plan to couch surf so much, actually. I would have been fine just renting an Airbnb. In fact, I thought that's what I would do most of the time because I do work remotely. So I learned this summer that I can still couch surf and work at the same time. People are super supportive and helpful. They understood as long as it was clear. I would tell them, like, thank you for offering to host me, but I do have to work these days. If that's okay with you and you still want to host me, then great. And everyone was super helpful. So when I first arrived, I was invited by someone who lives in Armenia. He invited me to stay with him for a full month, and he really wanted to learn about vegan cooking. So I said, sure, I can teach you, and that was our whole experience. It was really focused on food. It was amazing. It was like kind of our passion that we had in common. So I spent 3 weeks with my host Sergio in Armenia, and I had an air mattress that I slept on in the living room, which was just empty. There wasn't any furniture. And he even bought a desk, just like a plastic desk and chair, just so that I could work from there. And he also worked from home, but he worked from a different room. So yeah, we spent all of our time together cooking and doing different vegan recipes. It was a lot of fun. We baked vegan cookies on the stovetop. That was fun. And luckily in the first week he had off a weekday, so he came to El Parque del Café with me, which was super fun because it's an amusement park. That wouldn't be so fun to go by yourself. So it was really great having company. And then he also went on a day trip with me, like an hour and a half by bus away, and we went on this hike in Valle de Cocora, which was super nice. So it was just nice having company all the time. Then on days that he did work and when I was off, I would leave. So one day I stayed with a host in Pereira that I just slept in a hammock, and that was fun. Like, I showed up late at night, not super late, but it was a short time together. Like, I got there, we played music together and sang some songs, and then I was like, okay, I had to wake up early, and I said bye to him early the next day, but it was just short, and sometimes that happens with couchsurfing. But then, yeah, then I would stay in hostels, but just like one night maybe, and go back to Armenia. So that was really super nice, you know, just having a friend even before I arrived. We watched Stranger Things together, we played Mario Kart together, just cooking, having great conversations. That was really a great couchsurfing experience. And yeah, then I went to Ibagué, and what can I say about Ibagué? I was not meant to couch surf in Ibagué. I was supposed to spend 2 nights. I stayed in a hotel, and then I was supposed to go to Neiva to go to the desert in Desierto de la Tatacoa. I rented an Airbnb for 5 nights because that's kind of what I planned to do because I had to work those days. So that Airbnb canceled the night before at like 11 p.m. So I was looking for new places, and that time period was festivals, so there weren't so many places available. So I just thought, you know what, couchsurfing has been amazing so far, so I'm just going to try to find another host. So I was looking, I had posted my trips like I mentioned, so I had a lot of messages from people, and I started messaging people like, oh, they just canceled, would you be able to host me last minute, to people in Neiva. But I was thinking in my head, maybe it's better to stay in Ibagué. I really liked the city, the weather was super nice, I knew going to Neiva it was going to be really hot, and I would be working anyways, so I wouldn't be doing much. So I thought, honestly, it would be even better if I could find someone in Ibagué. So I was looking through my messages for people who messaged me from Ibagué. And I found someone who sent me a really nice message just saying like, look, I work during the days, but when I'm free, I'd be happy to show you the city and spend time together. So, and like maybe do trips around. So I messaged him, and he really replied super fast and said like, yeah, I can host you, and that I could work also. So I met him the next day in the evening, and that was super incredible. It was really special. We just always playing music together, had good conversations, just spending quality time together. And yeah, that doesn't normally happen with couchsurfing, but sometimes you have a stronger connection. And yeah, now I ended up going back to Ibagué 3 times and spending 3 weeks in Ibagué out of my 10 weeks traveling. So yeah, that was a more special couchsurfing experience. And then after that, I did stay in hotels in the desert. That was just 2 nights. Then I got to Bogota, and I met my host. He gave me his apartment keys, and he had an apartment on the other side of the city because it was closer to his office, that he worked for different companies, and the companies provide these apartments anyways. So he just gave me his keys, and I spent 5 nights. I had a place to work from, and I didn't see him again. Like, honestly, he just gave me his keys, and I had his place to myself. And even after I left, he said, Michelle, you can come and stay at my place anytime you want if you come back to Bogota. So I still have a place to stay in Bogota. That was really nice. Then I stayed with a host in Santa Marta. I had my own room as well, and I got to meet his girlfriend and his baby daughter, who was like 1.5 years old, and that was really special, kind of just getting to spend time with the family. It was really cute. So that was my whole couchsurfing time, really. When I was in Taganga, I was doing a dive course, and the accommodation was free. It was included in that. Then when I traveled to Cali and did this week to Buenaventura, Buga, I was with a friend, and she was not as comfortable with couchsurfing, so we just rented an Airbnb. But I always love couchsurfing. So. Then yeah, I stayed with a host also when I went to Manizales. I stayed with him, maybe it was 3 nights. And when I first got there, there were other couchsurfers too, so we all were just sleeping on a mattress on the floor. But then the next nights, it was just me. One night, actually, his entire family came from Cali, his cousins, the mom and dad, so there were like 4 people. We were all just like kind of sleeping together. Not together, but it was a lot of people. But it was a good experience also. And then my last couch surfing experience was my last night in Medellin. So someone invited me to stay with them. He said he was born in Medellin, but he lives in Miami, and he was just visiting, so he had this super nice Airbnb in El Poblado, which is a very nice neighborhood in Medellin. So it was a 2-bedroom Airbnb. I got there, it was set up super nice, like a fancy hotel, and I just had my own room. I only spent 1 night, but it was really great. That was a good experience. Just he showed me the nightlife. We had a nice vegan dinner together and got vegan sushi that he absolutely loved and was super impressed by, which always, it makes me happy when people really enjoy the vegan cuisine, because it is really good. But yeah, those were my experiences couch surfing through Colombia. Besides that, also I did hangouts. So in Bogota, that's where I met one of my best friends now. I met her through the couch surfing app, just on Hangouts. And yeah, I just highly recommend couchsurfing. It's free. You don't pay your hosts. You're sharing time together. You know, you can pay for food and cook for your host and help out, of course. But it's more just about sharing these experiences and making connections. So for me, couchsurfing, I'm gonna keep doing it until I'm old. I don't care. Couchsurfing is great, so I would say, yeah, of course, be careful, read people's references. Now, I posted my trip to Floripa, and I have a host there who, I don't know, he kind of offered to just host me the entire stay. I'm like, I don't know about staying 3 months. Like, I would just pay rent, not just stay for free, but he's really cool. Last night I had a phone call and we were just chatting for 30 minutes in Portuguese, so I was really happy. And it's just a great way to make connections even before you go somewhere. So you already have a friend, because I'm always traveling alone and going places that I don't know a single person. So couchsurf, try it out. You can download the app and make an account and just try it out. It's definitely worth it. Alright, I'm sure I could say a lot more about couchsurfing, but I will leave it at that. Ooh, this is a super long video. Okay, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.